Hello, Sonor family. Welcome to Sonor Talk. And this time we've got Nir Z. Now we've been struggling to get this one out. He's been very busy, and I'm always glad when artists are very busy, and that is the case a lot of times with these guys. And they're doing this out of the kindness of their hearts. This is not a paid gig, so kudos to Nir and everybody else that does these for us. I greatly appreciate the time in doing that. Welcome back as a sponsor, Cymbal Fusion. Lots of guys in my circle use Cymbal Fusion, and there's a reason for it. And as you can see here on the screen, these items are all ready to ship and in stock. Now, this is not all of their Sonar stock, by the way. This is just what I grabbed that looked appealing that I thought might make a good intro to the video here. So if you see something you like, give them a shout and let them know we sent you. We need all the support we can get, and I need them to know that somebody's actually paying attention to their sponsorship ads on my videos here. So if you're already doing business with them, just mention next time you're talking to one of the guys that you've seen this. And if you've never done business with them, this is a good opportunity to create a new relationship with a great company. We thank them and I hope you enjoy Nir Z. Sir, how are you doing today?
I'm very good. Thank you very much for having me. I know it's been a while since we tried to do it, but here we are. So thank you for being patient.
Hey, no problem at all. That's a common thing. You know, a lot of you guys are really busy, and I just feel honored that you took the time to talk to us today about your sonar gear.
My pleasure, buddy. My pleasure. Thank you.
So just to get us kicked off there, am I seeing two different vintage series sets?
Oh, in the background?
Yeah, I see the
Yes,
vintage. I see
yes.
this vintage logo.
Oh, right now you have behind me, it's a combination of something I needed. So what you see is the vintage bass drum. It's a 22-inch bass drum, which is the vintage series, and the rack tom and the floor tom are the SQ2 series.
What shells do
So
they
that was a
have?
combin. Those are the medium maple one.
Medium maple. Gotcha.
Medium, medium maple. Yeah. So for this particular thing, it worked perfect for what I needed. The bass drum was perfect. I needed toms to be a bit, bigger sounding toms. As you can see, those are the depth is pretty. I believe this is that a 10 by 13 or a 9 by 13? I believe this is a 10 by 13
Hmm.
in a 16 by 16. So they're very powerful toms, but I still wanted to keep the bass drum pretty tight and control.
Right.
So that's what you see. I always change setups and depends on the music and stuff like that. So, and in the background here, I don't know if you can see, if I can see my monitor. Uh, I don't know if you can see, there is an 18-inch bass drum.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you see it over here?
Yes. Yes, sir.
That's an 18-inch vintage series. Actually, and this is the first one they ever made as far as the concert toms by the vintage series. So I got all set of the vintage series. There is some in the background. On this mini drum set, there is an 8 tom and a 14-inch tom. They concert style, concert toms, and the 18-inch bass drum and the vintage snare, the vintage series snare over there. That's a very like a mini setup that I work with my trio when we play all together now, in my room.
So what made you decide to go with the concert toms on that?
First, I always love this sound.
Mhm.
Have you ever met a drummer who doesn't love the concert toms? Uh, I love the combination right now. Like I said, this is my own project. This is something I do with two musicians that I really love playing with.
Hmm.
It's pretty much at the beginning, even though we wrote some good amount of tunes by now. I love the combination of the open bass drum, double headed. 18-inch bass drum
Hmm.
with the concert toms. I think it's a very cool combination. The toms are relatively dead sounding, but the bass drum is very open. Um, I think it's a cool combination. I don't think I'm the, I didn't invent that. It's just I love to
Right.
experiment with different tones, different sounds, and on, you know. So this kit over here, I'll try everything that we usually don't do on regular sessions, if you like, on the commercial sessions.
Hmm.
That's about it. So like I said, I juggle around between different sizes, different, series. If it's the SQ2 or the vintage series, really depends.
How much more of those do you have with the SQ2s?
I have this particular kit. This is just a three-piece drum set.
Okay.
And I believe it's a 15 by 24. It's a 13, I
Hmm.
guess 10 by 13 and 16 by 16. This is it. That's it. It's a wonderful drum set, very powerful drum set. It
Hmm.
just has that thing, with the medium shell. Even if I use clear drum heads, top and bottom, these drums just sing. Um, like I said before, because of my situation here between my studio and the sessions that I do in town in Nashville.
Hmm.
Over there, I got Drum Paradise here in Nashville. They taking care of my gear. So over there, I keep, there is a vintage kit over there, and there is a SQ2 kit over there. The SQ2 over there has a lot of different sizes. So again, depends on the project, depend of what is it we're trying to achieve. I will use whatever I need for the project, really. I always start with the classic. I always start with the four-piece drum set, and I will add on whatever I need,
Hmm.
basically, you know.
How are you liking the vintage? I'm amazed at how many of the Sonor endorsers are playing vintage drums these days.
Well, that's a great question because this particular drum set got me into Sonor. I'm using the vintage series on, I would say, 70% of my recording.
Hmm.
I find it to be, I mean, for my opinion, it's one of the most versatile drum sets out there.
Hmm.
I don't know, there is a sweet spot between the old school drums and the new drums, the hi-fi sounding drums. And it's very easy. I'm sure you watched some of the videos we did for Sonor.
Hmm.
I know people think the vintage series meant to be for just, let's say, jazz guys. Um, and I find out to be an extremely versatile drum set. You can really depends how you tune it, depends how you approach it. I think it's a wonderful drum set, and what the way they created this drum set has everything that I love about drums. Even if it's the rims, the stick saver. Um, there is a combination in this drum set that kind of combine all the stuff that I personally like from different drums from back in the 50s and the 60s.
Right.
And it's just a wonderful combination. Of course, it's the beach shell as
Hmm.
well that adds so much to it. You know, so that's yeah, the vintage series definitely kicking butt out there. A lot of guys, even here in Nashville, there is more and more guys are playing the vintage series and the SQ2, of course.
Well, Jerry Pentecost is one. I interviewed him a while back. That was a great interview also. He's a really cool guy, and I got to meet him recently I was up in Nashville for the drum
Awesome.
show. Um, but
Yep.
anyway, so you said that's what got you with Sonar. Can you tell us that story?
Well, it was very simple. I mean, in general, if you look at my career, I I played three brands my entire career.
Hmm.
Now, to give the respect to all the brands out there, everybody's making great drums.
Sure.
The secret is out long time ago.
Hmm.
Um, but I gotta say, when I saw the vintage series, it was one of those summer NAMs or winter NAM. I know it was summer NAM, July or June, years ago. It was in Nashville. They had one drum set up. And of course, it got my attention, like it got everybody's attention. But I thought, wow, that's a special drum set right there. And then my dear friend Jerry Goldenson
Hmm.
is the president for KHS here, KHS America. When he took the job with KHS, um, he started talking to me about, considering. But to make a long story short, I mean, the guys came over here in this very room where I'm sitting right now. It's just like, hey, but just play it, just try it. And they literally came over here and set up a vintage series. They play that was the White Marine Pearl, and it was no brainer for me. Something
Hmm.
felt, when you feel home,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it was just like this is what it's supposed to be. I mean, again, it's my opinion. Um, and the rest is history. The rest is history. It's been, I would say now, 7 years, 6 years, 7 years or so, something like that. You know, I was never, for the record, I know there is guys who grew up, um, they had this one brand that they were so obsessed with.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think I went through this stage, meaning I love so many drums out there. I always love to experiment and try different things. Um, but we all have our memories, from particular places. There is one place I used to play back in my homeland, and they had a Sonor drum set, the house kit.
Hmm.
Um, and I always remember, I was very young, and every drummer who played this drum set always thought, "Oh my God, it's the ultimate kit," and that was the highlight.
Yeah.
Remember the piano black with the bronze hardware,
Oh, yeah.
beautiful drum set. I mean, so this is basically my history with Sono.
Hmm.
Um, always remember this drum set. It sounded incredible. And that's it. Like I said, when they set up the vintage series, um, of course, it's the people as well. You need to have this connection and relationship and understanding, one another and uh, what is my need as an artist. What is the drums that I need to do what I do out there. And again, everybody's happy, you know.
So you just working around Nashville now, or are you still touring, or what are you up to these days?
I'm pretty much right now, I'm mostly doing sessions here in Nashville. Here and there, I will travel somewhere, to record. I was in New York a few months ago. But I tell you what's going on. I'm in the place where everybody is coming down to make their records. In Nashville became really music mecca. Always has been,
Hmm.
but in the last 10 years, it definitely took off to a whole other level. Um, we live in an environment where a wonderful musicians from A to Z, incredible players. B, incredible recording studios. I don't think there is any place. in the country or even in the world that has so many amazing recording studios. And at the end of the day, it's affordable. What else do you need? You just need a good song, good music, go in and record it.
Hmm.
So it's more and more in Nashville, more and more. And when we said Nashville, people always think, which is fine, yes, country music, it's a big part of the scene. And thanks to country music, this community is keeping the ball rolling, but
Hmm.
there is so much music going on here. People come here from all over, LA, New York, Chicago, name it. From Europe, they come down to Nashville to record down here.
Well, the music scene downtown, I got to witness some of that, and just
Oh yeah,
a lot going on down there. Just a good vibe. Everything felt positive, and really
yes,
enjoyed
great
that.
vibe. A
Yeah,
great vibe. And I gotta tell you, man, you walk down Broadway and you see some of those bands. I mean, incredible players. And it's not an easy gig. It's not an easy gig. I know some guys, they jump from like three, four different places in one day.
I,
It's not an easy gig. And you need to know so many songs. You need to know so many hundreds of songs, literally,
mm-hmm.
to play those gigs. So I have a tremendous respect to those guys down there. I mean, I've seen, every time there is a guest in Nashville, of course you need to show them downtown and experience the whole thing, the whole music scene and stuff like that. It's always blows my mind how good those guys are. I always said, you really want to hear how to play the real shuffle, go downtown, go watch some of those guys. Those guys are killer, man. Not only the drummers, everyone.
Yeah. Well, it's probably smart that that KHS is based in Nashville, or KHS America anyway is based in Nashville. That gives a lot of exposure to locally to Sonor in such a heavy musical climate.
Like I said before, Nashville just makes it easier, I think, for everybody in general.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it 15 years ago. I lived here for now. We moved here November 2010. So that's about 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved from a complete different place, New York City. Obviously, there is nothing, it's so different. Um, but I think it makes sense. Not only the music industry, a lot of companies moving down to Nashville
Mm-hmm.
because just easier. Renting a place in California, renting a place here in Mount Juliet, it's a big difference. So people can really keep their businesses going and enjoy life at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, absolutely. KHS, I mean KHS in general, it's an amazing company, and what is it, like 20 brands under the umbrella, I believe, something like that. But the group of people over there, leading by Jerry Goldenson, it's very impressive to see it. How he's driving this bus, and keep this company going and achieving everything they achieve.
Mm-hmm. So, snare drum wise, do you keep a wide variety of snare drums, or you just have a couple that you choose from, or what's your stash of snare drums look like?
Well, well, snare drums, it's a story by itself. As you know, we all addicted to snare drums.
Mm-hmm.
I have my own theory. In general, yes, I have lots of snare drums. And I would say this is because of the requirements, different producers that I work with. And it's funny to see that, you can play one snare drum on one particular project, and the producer doesn't stop talking about it. Oh my God, I love this snare drum so much. And the day after, you're in a complete different studio, different producer, and it's like, hey, can we try something different? So you got to keep your mind open.
Mhm.
Um, so I do have a variety of snare drums. I got a really nice variety thanks to Sonor Drums. I love the vintage snares, by the way. I think
They
they're wonderful,
hmm
wonderful drums, absolutely wonderful drums. And it doesn't matter again if you playing rock and roll or you playing jazz. Those drums are so versatile, exactly like the drum set, really.
hmm
Depends how you tune them and how you play them. I love the vintage series. It doesn't matter if it's the 5.5 or the 6.5; they're all amazing. Um, I gotta say that I love the compressor series as well. People forget about it. Not every drum should cost $1,500 in order to
right.
sound great. And I think um, the compressor series, in my case, especially the aluminum ones, they great. They sound great, especially in the studio. Of course, I got the heavy duty, the bronze,
hmm
you know, um, which is crazy heavy drum, but it sounds amazing. And I got different, I'm not sure if I know even the models. What's the model's name? But I got a lot of the SQ2 style, the artist style, either brass or wood.
hmm
Um, but I'm using them all. I'm using them all because I never know when I walk into the studio. Thanks to my guys at Drum Paradise, they're always taking care of me. Everything is very much together. We got the road cases, everything is in there, and it's easy just to grab one and replace the existing one and find the right sound right away for the music.
So anything coming up that you want to talk about? Any new gear, any new uh, projects or anything?
There is a chance that I will spend some time for a project. That's all I can say about it right now. That I'll spend some time overseas next year. It won't be. I mean, it will be back and forth a lot,
hmm
but it will be mostly overseas. That's really all I can say right now. You know, uh, um, you know, our life. I can say our life, the musicians community down here in Nashville. It's very interesting because there's always new stuff going. Always new stuff. You get hired to play on a record, and many times you don't have any idea. Okay, what are you walking into? What is going to be a new project. There is, of course, the side projects, I call it. We've been trying to think how long. It's been almost 2 years now. We've been recording this project. It's called Missing Toys. I actually played some of those tunes on the last couple of Sonor videos I did up in upstate New York. Missing Toys, it's a project that involved a lot of great, great musicians. We do it remotely. The main guy's name is Joe Vanna, and endless of incredible players on the record. Michael Omertan, Gary Lan on bass, Tom Amby on guitars, even Lukather from Toto is playing some stuff there. I think Dan Half is playing guitar. I mean, there's a lot of guys on it.
hmm
It's a bit more, I would say, prog rock, but still very melodic.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm looking forward for this record to come out. I think this is in the mixing process right now. Again, it's called Missing Toys. It's kind of cute name, Missing Toys. um, that's about it, buddy. I'm trying to remember. Like I said, records. A
hmm
lot of, in my case, a lot of commercial records. When I go to the studio, mostly I play songs. I play songs. I serve the music. I serve the songs. So I'm okay. I can do it only if I have just a kick, snare, and hi-hat and one cymbal. I'll be okay, you know,
Hmm.
as long as it's the Sonor ones.
Are you going to the UK drum show?
No, actually, the guys talked to me. I remember last PASIC, I did PASIC in Indianapolis about, I don't know, a year ago or so. And he saw me over there doing my master class, and he was very much into it. And he talked to me about, hey, I would like to get you to do the UK drum festival, and I would love that, but it hasn't happened yet. Obviously, hopefully it will happen. I'm sure
Yeah.
it will happen. They
Oh,
got an amazing lineup already. Yeah.
oh yeah, I know it. And Gabor Dornier is he's going to do some videos for me over there. He's such a great guy. But you know
Yeah, I
what?
mean, all these guys are great guys.
I
I mean,
that
all of you guys. It's the love for the drumming world. It's love for the drums and the music. You know,
hmm I was going to say that myself. All these guys I've been dealing with are just so good, down to earth guys. And it makes it a lot of fun when you're not having to deal with an ego
absolutely.
or yeah. Um
Oh yeah, no. You always got to be aware of your ego and put it aside. Excuse me. I'm very, very happy with my gear. I mean, there is, and I talked with the guys in Germany. I might have to, the SQ2 kit will go overseas probably, and it's a wonderful drum set. It's medium beach, by the way, the one I'm talking about. Um, my plan for the future, I definitely planning to get um, the Birch SQ2, a version of that,
mhm.
which is another wonderful drum set. I mean, listen, they all so good. I mean, it's like you play each and every one of those drums.
Hmm.
It's like, how can you go wrong? Now we're getting into details. So if I'm planning of anything new, this probably will be the next thing that I would like to get. But in the meantime, I'm so happy with everything. I really, really got everything I need for my job,
Hmm.
far and behind. I got several of the vintage series, which is it's so amazing, and I can, one kit can be tuned in a particular way, and there is another kit that tuned different way, depending on the drum heads you're using,
Hmm.
For example, one drum set can have the cuff tone drum heads, by
Yeah.
Evans, which is a very warm, great drum heads. And the other drum set will have, the G2 coated drum head. So right there, it changes everything. So I'm very happy with everything I got, and I'm getting an incredible support from all the guys, either in Germany, the crew in Germany, amazing people, and the guys down here in KHS, Enrico and Jeff, and of course Jerry Goldenson, such a great crew.
Hmm.
They really taking care of us, I can say. I know they taking care not only me, they taking care of all the Sonor artists. And I think, the reason is, first of all, they're all musicians.
Hmm.
They all still, they all have the passion that we all sharing here. So couldn't ask for more.
Are you a Evans artist?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes. I've been playing Evans drumheads for God, I don't even know how many years. Many, many, many years. And we got the crew over there, they taking care of us uh amazingly well. There is incredible variety of drum heads.
Hmm.
To be quite honest, if here is a particular sound, I'm not talking about the classic sounds, if there is a particular thing you're looking for here and there, so you use it. If it's a different brand here and there, but It's 99% Evans drumheads, all the time. I'm playing Sebian cymbals. I've been with Sebian forever. Um, Also great, it's all one big family. Um, I've been playing innovative percussion, drumsticks. And this is another great story because yes, they based here in Nashville. If you met the guys, they making just a wonderful product. I mean, you can ask many, many drummers,
Mm-hmm.
either classical guys or drum set guys or drumline guys. Um, and they've been really kicking butt in the last few years. I'm so proud to see it. Yeah, many, many great guys, excuse me, many great players joined the company. Uh, and yes, it's very convenient because again, they base here in Nashville as well. And they're all coming from drumming, they're all coming from music. So it's an easy communication. Yeah, man, life is good.